would sleep TV.
Hey, told my dog on spot her out. He said I got you. Hey, you the type.
Ah man, shout out to DSO too. Dope shit on it. They doing big shit too.
They be doing parties and shit like that, don't they?
Yeah, they be doing parties, but this man has cut a deal with Sony Orchard. So like, it's like a major like outlet versus everybody trying to go to Atlanta. Mm-hmm. We can stay here and push the music through distribution, which is Orchard. Orchard is one of the biggest independent music distributors in America. That's why they teamed up with Sony. Or Sony, I think Sony brought them out, but don't quote me on that. But they doing some big shit, so it's really opening up a lot of doors for Nashville. Man, it's a guy too who just won. He's like a 3-time Grammy winner. I forgot his name. But he just signed. He's the new creative director for BMI Nashville, and he's from here.
Can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name, but don't quote me on the I ain't gonna say the wrong name, but yeah. I know exactly what he's doing. But he's opening up some doors too. So it's a lot of big shit happening in Nashville, and I feel like it's more of like the white people are starting to see like
we got something.
Yeah. And the black community too. Cause I don't know if you, how old are you?
23.
So we 3 years apart, but. Yeah. Back in the day?
Nah, yeah, it wasn't shit. It was like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I stopped making, like, at the time, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
you did say that.
Yeah.
Because that shit was like, it was niggas like, when the Nashville nigga get up in the party and perform, oh, you know, then the party over. Yeah. It's like towards the end, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but now, man, shout out to all these young niggas doing what they gotta do.
A lot of the young niggas doing their thing, but we can go on forever.
Yeah, bro.
Forever. But back then, you know what I'm saying, really the only times, like, I'm gonna just name 2, you know what I'm saying, the major artists that we know. The only artist that, you know what I'm saying, that people was really fucking with heavy was Starlito and Buck. That's really it. Easy. But now, you know what I'm saying, we can go on and on and on about that, you know what I'm saying. That's why I fuck with it. That's why I feel like with what I do, I started this shit at the perfect time. Cause if I would have started that shit a long time ago, well, I mean, I was too young anyway. If I would have started that shit a long time ago, I don't think.
You probably wouldn't know what you knew before now. Feel me?
So you said the song that you produced for the dude in Indiana, I can't remember the name off the top of my head. We just broke the beat down. You was in the studio with him, right?
Nah, I wasn't in the studio with him.
Well, I was finna ask, like, do you like making beats at home and then sending them out, or you like being with the artist, you know what I'm saying, really like making the beat from scratch with niggas?
Man, I do both, but like really being in that mode, like cooking up with like being able to hear like how somebody's like rapping on something. So like if I start off with a melody,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And then like that melody start getting good enough to where whoever I'm in the room with, they start humming and you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, okay, so I know what else to add to them just because
like they already feel it.
Yeah, you feel me? And then like I be like, what you like this? You feel me? And they be like, do this. I'm like, all right, bet. So now, all right, let's add this. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just that natural reaction because it's that natural high of like I feel like a producer. So like when you in there like with your homies like or like with your other cook up homies like making beats or you in there with the artists and they were like. That shit is a great feeling because, like, you know, you making some shit they about to go snap on, you feel me? And, like, when you making beats at the crib and, you know what I'm saying, you sending them off, I fuck with that, too. Just because it's a lot of people, like, I work with now who cop leases or do stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I know they sound. And, like, I'm not just one sounding producer. Like, I can really switch it up. Like, I can do a whole lot of G-Funk, I can sample, I can make stuff from scratch. It's just whatever vibe you want, just tell me whatever vibe you want. If I'm not in the studio with you feel me? So, but yeah, it costs a little bit for me to get in the studio though. I ain't gonna say cost a little bit, but I be telling dudes like, I do 100 an hour, but it ain't no telling how many beats we can get done in an hour.
Yeah.
You feel me? So like, you really probably gonna get a deal. Just say if you cut out 2-3 hours. Oh, bro, you get 3 hours, bro. We might cook up 10 beats, type deal, or however you feeling. So it just depends. So
Well, shit, how long it usually be taking you to make? Like, how long you think you? I mean, how quick you think you can make a beat? 'Cause, I mean, really, you know, I know like from experience, you know, for the most part, it's maybe 3 sounds max, kicks, you know, the percussion and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how quick you think you make them?
So like just depending on like the vibe of the beat or like just how I want it to break down when I lay it out.
Mm-hmm.
I think my longest beat it took like I probably just finished that mother like 3-4 days ago. It took me like 6 days.
Damn.
Like I had to like
You kept switching shit up.
yeah. Like it wasn't even just switching it up. Like I already knew how I wanted it. It was just the fact that like I couldn't get how I want the 808. And then when I had got an 808 or something, I had to switch something else. So I just really sat and like steered away from it for like 2-3 days. Then I'll go back to it. Then I'll fix something. Then I'll be like, all right, let me go work on something else. Then I'll think about it and be like, oh, okay. Now I got it. So I just ended up that beat. I had ended up I made a version with a kick, just a kick, and a bass guitar. Mm-hmm. Then I made a version without the bass guitar with the kick and the 808. So I just gave them 2 different versions, depending on how they want to go. But my quickest beat, I timed myself. I did it in like 15 minutes.
You timed yourself?
Yeah. I just wanted to see how fast it was.
Yeah.
Just because it ain't that hard.
Yeah.
It's just now I know like what I know how to lay it out.
Yeah.
And put it on the computer. So shit easy.